Okay, now let's just implement our this let's just implement this example, right? This one, okay? Um, but you know what? So if you look at this example, it used two pipes, right? The first one and second one. So you know what? Instead of just typing this, let's just dissect. Okay, let's just dissect this code just one by one. Okay, the vehicle is going to be the input for this mutate, the first mutate functions, and the whole thing, right? The whole thing is going to be will be input to the second mutate function, right? So in order for me to dissect this code, I need the two intermediary variables. The first intermediary variable for this statement, right? And then the next the second intermediary variables for basically this guy, right? Okay, so let's just implement this. The first statement, right? The vehicle will be the data frame, right? The vehicle's data frame will be input for the first mutate, right? And then we need some intermediary variable to store this result. So I'll just use the vehicle one, okay? Okay, first, okay, you know what? First, mutate, right? I'm gonna use the first statement, mutate. So hopefully I can copy and then paste, Control V. Okay, and then what? The vehicle, the data frame vehicles, right, is gonna be the input, right? So this guy, this guy is gonna be input for this first mutate functions. So what? Vehicle, right? Comma, right? Okay, good. I don't need this pipe. And then I need some variable to store the result, right? So I'll just use a v1, okay? And then run this. Oops, what happens? Hold on. Object vehicle is not found. Oh, I think I forgot to, the vehicles is S, right? Mistype. Okay, let's just run this. Good. And then, okay, so, you know, let's just summary, right? Summary v1 and see what happens. Okay, so all the NAs for the CDMPG now is what is replaced by the median value, right? Median. So if you look at the CDMPG, there's no NAs, right? Which is good, right? Now let's look at the second mutate functions. So basically this is going to be input for the second mutate function, right? So let me just copy the second mutate functions for the highway MPG, right? So this mutate function is for the eliminating all the NAs, you know, for the highway MPG column, right? So I'm gonna just paste. And then what? The v1 is gonna be the input for the mutate, v1, right? And then I need some variable to store this result, right? So we'll just say v2. As you can see, this is v2, right? So let's just run, and then let's just look at the summary of the v2. I mean, if you look at the v1, still, if you look at the highway MPG, still there's NAs, right? So this is like a v1 summarizing the v1, and you still have NAs for the highway, right? Okay. So, but when I run this, it'll be all gone. Okay, so now look at the v2. There's no NAs for the CDMPGs, and then let's look at the highway MPG, right? There's no NAs, right? So mission accomplished. Good. So now you can combine these two statements into one using what? Pipe. So the vehicle, right? And then pipe, right? And then the first mutate statement for the cdmpg, paste, right? But since the vehicle is going to be input for this first mutate function, I don't need this, right? Vehicles, okay? So because of this pipe. And then I'm going to include another pipe. And then now it's for the second mutate functions. And then paste. And since I have another pipe, I don't need the intermediary variable v1. Okay. Oops, mutate. No comma. Good. Okay, so looks like I'm done, right? Okay, good. So let's just run this. Okay, good. So I'm done, right? However, if you look at this example, the author wants to, this author, right, wants to overwrite. So basically the result is going to, the author wants to overwrite these vehicles using this result. So this result, you know, this data frame will override the original vehicles, right? So the result of this will override this vehicle, right? This vehicle, the original one. So that's why the author has just saying that vehicles, and for the overriding, vehicles, right? Okay, so this will override, the result of this will override the original, the vehicles, the data frame, right? This one. Okay. So of course, when you say summary, vehicles, right? I mean after override. So let's just run this summary. Yeah, same thing. You're not gonna. Oops. What happens? Oh, okay. Let's just run this. I don't think I did not run this code. So let's just run it. Okay, and then let's look at the summary. Yep. Now, if you look at the cdmpg, right? There's no NAs, and when you look at the highway MPG, there's no NA, right? But previously, right, the vehicles before the overwrite, there are 6 NAs for the cdmpg, and there are 8 NAs for the highway MPG. Okay, but after overwrite, when you type summary vehicles, all the NAs are gone for the cdmpg and highway MPG. Okay, so thank you. So that's like implementations. And if you look at this example, you know, they basically the author applied the same concept for the displacement, the column, right? Exactly same thing, the conceptually exactly same thing, except this time all the NAs in the displacement column will be replaced by what? Mean value. It's not the median. So that's the only difference. Then after that, when you when you look at these 3 columns using the select functions, and then look at the summary, right? Of course, they use the pipe. And when you look at all the summary descriptive statistics for these 3 columns, as you can see, there's no NAs. Okay, so I'm not going to really implement this, but however, you should, actually you must, type this, and then you need to see if you can get the this result. Okay, so I'm pretty much that's like that's about for the mean and median imputations. Okay, in next lecture I'm going to, let's see, yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about the dummy coding. Okay, so that's going to be the main topic. Okay, so thank you.